Hello everybody, this is All South Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Shadows over Loathing. In the previous episode, we helped a homeless man collect all of his padlocks from his home, because that's what he wants. Yeah, I'm not gonna judge him. Anyways, and then we discovered that the workers at Haim Quarry have had their bodies swapped with that of frogs, one of whom seems very keen on the idea, but as we discovered towards the end of it, the others are not, and seem to be having trouble adapting to their new lifestyle. Anyways, having talked to all of them, let's go back and let him know that his buddies ain't so keen on the idea. Oh, hey, any luck finding out about the frogs and humans and vice versa? I've talked to all the frogs. What about the human side of things? Well, from what I've discovered, this was a really crappy place to work. I'm still looking around, though. Oh, well, rather than have you explain things piecemeal, it's okay? Huh. Seems we're still missing something. Could have sworn I looked at everything. You haven't seen a key or this safe around, have you? Key? Is that what this little pointy brass doohickey in my leg skin hole is? Pocket. It's called a pocket. And yeah, probably. Can I have it? Depends on how much meat you're going to give me. I'll give you a million. A million meat. I'll give you 50 meat. For 50, you can rent the key for 1 minute. Sure, whatever. It's a deal. You hand over the meat and the frogman lends you his brass key. Look at all this meat. I'm going to use it to get more meat. And use that meat to get more meat. It's important in its own right as a way to keep score against other people who have lots of meat. Okay, let's not get too unsubtle here. You unlock the safe, return the key, and find a bunch of tins of fancy, expensive caviar. Riche and Foire brand caviar. It doesn't actually say caviar, it says boulettes de poisson salé. But the picture on the side of the tin looks like caviar. There's a lot of it in that safe. Thorm must really be into the finer things in life, where finer is defined as expensive. Is there a different kind? Shelf full of books, you deserve more, bloom from turnips. Dig through it, seen everything on the desk, check them out. Ah, here we are. There's only a handful of current records that aren't very interesting. Unbelievably, your employment file examined in greater detail. A lot of incidents of workers being written up for complaining, also a lot of injury reports, and wow, the salaries listed are pathetic considering the point of being criminal. Yeah, I already looked at all that. Nothing left on the hat rack. Drive efficiently, excess gas use deducted from your payment. Maybe that safe is what I needed. There we are. I've talked to all the frogs. What about the human side of things? Yeah, I'm done investigating all that. Great. So what did you find out? Well, all the frogs either hate their new human bodies or they're being driven crazy by them. They're all having a really terrible time. Ah, geez, really? Well, that stinks. I like those guys. On the human side, it's clear that everyone who worked here was super miserable except the foreman, who was keeping all of the profits for himself while he paid the workers basically nothing and spent even less than that on maintaining the place. Also, he was planning on selling those emeralds. I can basically guarantee that the foreman forced the guy you're wearing to take the eye. Well, that sounds pretty conclusive. So what now? I guess you better go ahead and change everyone back. It's gonna suck to go back to being a frog after tasting this sweet human freedom. But the other frogs hate this, and humans don't deserve it, so go ahead and put the emerald back in the idol. There might be another option. What do you mean? Well, we've got one frog who wants to be a human, and one human who sucks and should probably get some justice, right? Oh, huh. Swap me into the foreman's body and change everyone else back. Yeah, can we do that? Is that a thing? Let's see. If the swaps really were a, proximity sort of thing, then if we got, okay, yeah, I think it might be doable. No guarantees, but hey, when are there ever guarantees, am I right? What's your plan? First thing we need to do, and by we you mean me, naturally, is get the foreman's body and my frog body down here next to the idol. How do I do that? Well, how do you humans generally get people to do things you want them to do? Bribery? I was gonna say ask nicely, but when you think about it, a bribe is the ultimate form of asking nicely. Okay, I'm on it. Alright, we're gonna want to go back here. Ooh, evade of extra bloody hematite. Ask for a donation. Hematic ichor. These flies are large and aggressive. That's 2 understatements for the price of 1. Fight them. No, there's music, but it's being overshadowed by the buzzing flies. Let's see. Physical damage to the giant fly. And they're filthy, which means I'm going to take poison every time I hit one of them. Yes, fine. I'm not too worried about the ones that are going to attack me, just because I have armor. Alright. Hit that one, it'll die to the poison. Let's see. Alright, well, one of them's gonna hit turret, but not much I can do about it. Alright. Giant pile of squirming maggots. Also a squirming pile of giant maggots. Ah. Got a huge maggot. We're gonna need that, unfortunately. Oh, that just takes us out to the world map. So we're just gonna have to go the long way. Oops. Hannah, can I get you to follow me for a minute? There's something I need to show you. Bah, I don't have time to do things a poor person does. The only place I'm going is to the top. Please, it's important. The only thing important to me is M-U-N... Wait, how do you spell money? With an O. M-O-N-N-E-Y. Maybe I can make it worth your while? Oh yes, are you going to give me more meat? I must warn you, now that I've established myself as a human of wealth, my price has increased drastically. How much? 12 brilliant meat. That isn't a real number. Numbers go on forever. You don't know them all. How about this tin of fancy caviar? What's that? Fish eggs. Ugh, this sounds like something a frog would eat, and I am a human person. No, this is a food specifically liked by rich human people. You can tell because the label is in French, see? Something about the juxtaposition of the words food and French makes me deeply uncomfortable. No thank you. You shrug and put the caviar back in the safe. You aren't feeling either hoity or toity enough to eat it yourself. Well, how about this big juicy maggot? That is also frog food. I am a human, a wealthy human. Look at how fat and meaty it is. When did you ever see a maggot this size? Only the truly wealthy could afford to eat such an enormous maggot. It does look pretty good. I mean, I'd have eaten it myself already, but since I'm poor, I don't think I deserve it. But if you don't want it, you move the maggot towards your mouth, slowing down considerably as you get closer. It rises in your hand like a weasel trapped in a wet rubber bag. No, stop! Oh, thank God. I won't allow it. You're quite right. This maggot is a feast only for those who could truly appreciate it. Hand it over immediately. Go with me to a cave in the quarry, and I'll give it to you when we get there. Very well, if you insist. Lead the frogman to the idol in the cave, give him the maggot, and convince him to stay there for a while with promises of more maggots later. Cool. How's it going with the planting? I don't know how to get the XU down here. It's probably taking time for those guys' human minds to fully incorporate into their frog bodies. Same as with us frogs in our new human bodies, so maybe we can just call him by name and he'd recognize it. And you said your name from inside the head is... And you said you got your name from inside his head, so his name is also Frogger Elding? Something like that. I'm not sure, it's confusing in here. It isn't Frogger. I'm hoping we can save some time and look something up. Come out, examine in detail. There we are. You look through the personnel files again, and not surprisingly, you don't find anyone named Frogger Elding. Elding? Whatever. You do find a guy named Roger Fielding, though. That makes much more sense as a human name. He has a lot of black marks on his record for things like not shutting up about workplace safety conditions and whining about food. Nice. And now we head back to the Frog Bog. Banish them. Call him out. Is anyone here named Roger Fielding? I'm looking for a man named Roger Fielding whose mind is trapped inside the body of a frog, and I cannot believe what my life has become. Frog hops up to you. Ribbit? Hey, hi, are you Roger? Ribbit? I sure hope that means yes. Listen, I am this close to fixing this whole mess. I just need you to come back to that idol with me. Ribbit? Lead Roger back to the cave. Roger Fielding gives you a nod. Hey, how's it going? Looks like you got both of them. Nice work. Are you sure that's the right frog? Sure as I can be. It's not like they have name tags. What's next? Well, here's my plan. You put the emerald back in the statue, undoing the curse. The foreman and I both zap back into our original bodies. The foreman sees the emeralds, and because he's a greedy hopper, he grabs one, reactivating the curse. While he does that, I jump onto his head, ensuring that I'm the nearest frog to him when the switch happens. Okay, I only see one thing wrong with this plan. What's that? I don't want to be a frog. When he reactivates the curse, it'll switch everybody. Nothing is actually fixed by this. Ah, yeah, that's the other part of the plan. See, I think we can avoid that. You think? Because I'm a devout worshiper of the frog god, and all the frogs share one mind, so if the whole frog mind prays to the frog god to only curse this one jerk who's stealing the eye from the statue, hopefully the frog god will listen. Hopefully? Look, if you got a better plan, I'm all ears. Well, just the 2 ears, but that's 2 more than I used to have. I'm gonna have to trust him on this. Fine, I'll put the eye back. Alright, let's return the missing eye. In the interest of full disclosure, I should point out that this is a one-way decision. If you mess with this idol, you won't be able to change your mind afterwards, so don't mess this up. Turn the missing eye. You socket the missing emerald back into the statue. Both eyes flash with a brilliant green light, then dim again. Ugh, what the blazes? Ah, jeez, my brain feels all slimy and weird. Fielding, didn't I tell you to get me these emeralds? I thought I'd forget it. Clearly, if I want something done right around here, I've got to do it myself. Ribbit. Stand back. As the foreman grabs the emerald and twists it, you see the frog jump onto his head and close its eyes real tight. The frog god's emerald eyes flash a bright, almost blinding green light. There. Did it work? Did what work, boss? You check your hands. They are, thankfully, your regular human hands. Yeah, it worked. Yes! Take the other emerald. You pop the other emerald out of its socket. The frog god's eyes flare again and then go dark. This time for good. You got another item. Another gleaming emerald. You are normally one for prying eyes, but in this case you made an exception. Ribbit. And somehow that frog now has a mustache. What the heck is going on here? I'll explain later. What's going on here is, you get a raise and a week's vacation. All the workers get a raise and a week's vacation. Ribbit? You feeling okay, boss? It's going to take a lot of explaining. Thanks for all your help, kid. Talia, I should say. You did good. Ah, no problem, Frogger, or whatever your name is now. Unfortunately, I gotta ask you for that emerald back. And I think we're gonna need to sell these to get the place up to code, and clean up the ecological damage, and pay the workers real salaries, and so on. Shucks. Well, okay. Here, maybe take this frog with you? Maybe you can teach him not to be such a hopwad? Ribbit? Mr. Haim, the greedy frog. This frog seems confused, but not too confused to know a fat wallet when it smells one. Steals meat from your enemies. Weird. Thanks. You know what? I'm gonna give him a try. What? What's going on? Do you know the phrase, meet the new boss, same as the old boss? This is sort of the opposite of that. Help me out here. I was a frog until just a minute ago. Yeah, and the frog that was keeping your body warm for you is now driving the foreman around. I think you'll like him. He's a real decent guy. Huh. Okay. You might have to teach him some real unexpected things, though. Frogger gives you a big thumbs up. Takes him a couple tries. The man looks puzzled and tired. Everything alright? What's going on? I heard there's a new foreman. Well, in a sense, yeah. At any rate, things should run a lot more equitably around here from now on. I think I had some kind of weird dream. I feel all froggy. Close. Very close. This guy has an uncomfortable but hopeful look on his face. How's it going? My mouth feels weird, but other than that, everything's normal, I guess. Is it true we've got a new foreman? Yep, that's a fact. Well, sort of, in a sense. As long as we can get some decent food around here, I'll be satisfied. I don't think that'll be a problem, except you might have to be real specific about what decent food means. What? Well, you'll see. Everything okay? Everything okay? I heard that Mr. Haim had some sort of change of heart. Is that true? I don't know about his heart, but you could say he changed his mind. That's wonderful news. You think he'd buy me a new mop? Mine only has the stick left. Wow, if your expectations are that low, you're going to have a real surprise. A bucket? Alright, nothing in the mess hall. And nothing in the foreman's office. You okay? I'll be fine if I can just get some sleep instead of working 4 shifts. Had the foreman declared a holiday? You think he'll give me a few hours off? In fact, I heard him say everyone gets a whole week off. Oh, thank God. I'm so tired I could sleep on a granite block. That one right there. Which is where I have actually been sleeping. On alternate Sundays. Wow. Well, with that, I think it's about time we head over to Largemouth Basin Sons. And I'm going to be using a guide for this one. You find some glowing green rocks half submerged in some brackish swamp water. You recognize it as petrified St. Elmo's fire. Ooh. You do what must be done, which is to smash the rare natural formation to harvest its resources. I need it more than St. Elmo did. Okay, then. Where is it? No, milk, no. Mr. Sash, witching time. Here we are, the Prince of Tides. I'm going to teach you how to get the achievement for this one, even though I've already got it. Now then, Moxie, you're going to need at least 6 of it. I'd say we're just fine. Though, to be safe... No, not that. Not the uncursed. Stylish sunglasses. Let's get a little more Moxie in here. Okay, then. There is a divergence in rewards. Perfectly negotiating with Guy Chapman, which means returning... will get us the Chapman's Doubler, which deals your muscle plus 3 physical damage. And apparently has a chance to catch 2 fish. Okay. Impossible Rod deals your Moxie plus 3 physical damage. Honestly, neither one of these really matter. Let's see. 300 meat and a fishing rod. Bonus pack of cold more cigarettes. Rods differ. Let's see. See, the easiest one to negotiate, Adam Tracy. Alright. So, here's what we're gonna do. Go fishing. Hope you're not planning on sticking that rod in there. Largemouth Bath and Sons have the exclusive license to fish those waters. Is there any way I can fish here? No. Largemouth Bass and Sons has the fishing rights. Flex and say fishing might makes fishing right. That attitude might get you places at smallmouth bass. Yeah. Smallmouth bass and nephews, but we've read things differently here. Okay, fine. Viscous puddle reflects a gloomy face. Talk to the puddle or the man? Puddle, please. Hello, sir. It can't understand you. It's a puddle. Fine. Talk to the man. What's the matter with you? She left me. Who left you? Amphibious truck. Oh, so not a person? No, I'm more interested in amphibious trucks. What happened to your truck? Our truck. It's the company truck. We use it to take fish to market. A couple nights ago, I forgot to fill her up before bed. And that must have really ticked her off because the next morning she was gone. No note, nothing. Are you suggesting this truck is sentient? It's funny. I wouldn't have thought so, but I can't see any other explanation for it running off the way it has. Could it have anything to do with the missing kids? Tom and Kathy? You'd have to talk to Mr. Chapman or Mr. Tracy about that. Maybe they took the truck? I don't know. Seems like a stretch. When did the children go missing? Same day as the truck, but I think that's probably coincidence. You are an idiot. What's this puddle here? It's the gas I never gave her that night. It's here, now, in our special place, waiting for her to come home. Is it working? Obviously, you can see that it is not. How far could someone have gone in a truck? With the gas left in her, couldn't have gone further than 100 miles. 100 miles, okay. No, 100. Sorry, 100 is fisherman logo. It means 11. A lingo, it means 11. Missing truck, huh? That's a shame. She'll be back. She has to come back. She'll run out of gas otherwise, and then where will she be? Good luck with the truck. I gotta go. Yeah. The sign that identifies these waters as a site of historical importance. It was the birthplace of the largest mouth Luke, bass present at the signing of the Declaration of Independence on August 2nd, 1792. He returned to his home waters to die, but his body was never found. Interesting. State your business. Business. Do what you must then. For your own good, don't hang around Largemouth Bass and Sons. Largemouth Bass and Sons is cursed of late, stranger. Sales are down, children going missing, bosses have stopped speaking to one another. I'd quit, but God help me, I love the damn fish. Why don't the bosses speak to one another? Between you, me, and 3,600 largemouth bass, Misters Chapman and Tracy haven't been on speaking terms since Mr. Chapman was snubbed at the Academy Awards a few years back. Tolerate each other only because they both perform a function vital to business, which is Mr. Tracy debones the fish, and Mr. Chapman rebones them. Only then are the fish ready for sale at market. Are you saying you take out the fish's bones and then put them back in? It's tradition. For generations, the Chapman has deboned the bass, and the Tracy has rebones them. That unique process is what gives our bass its distinct tang. What do you think happened to the kids? If you ask me, that's what I just did. Hell, they ran off. This life isn't for everyone, and Tom and Kathy, they never had the makings of a largemouth bass deboner or reboner. Can you tell me about largest mouth Lucas? I've seen him, you know. Yeah, he's not dead like they say. How long can a largemouth bass live? Normally only 20 years or so, but largest mouth Luke is a special fish. Maybe someday I'll see him again. Guard size and you get the sense he shouldn't pry further. I'll be going. Alright, let's see. Adam Tracy. Yeah, let's go with Adam Tracy. We all love Mr. Tracy here. Yeah. Are the shotguns keeping you out or something else in? Who cares? I'm going inside. This grizzled mariner must hate being stuck behind a desk. Talk to him. Greetings. As a mariner, do you hate being stuck behind a desk? Excuse me, I make figures a year behind this desk. Mind your manners. You're addressing Adam Tracy, Chief Deboning Officer of a Largemouth Bass and Sons. Are you here about Kathy? Let's see. I saw some posters about missing children. That's right. 3 nights ago, Kathy disappeared along with all her clothes and possessions. The contents of that safe there and the company truck. Oh, and the Chapman kid. Well, it sounds like she might have run away from home. I'll excuse the remark as you don't know my Kathy, but suffice to say that's impossible. Kathy loves largemouth bass almost as much as assuming preordained roles in a multi-generational family business. No, Kathy would not simply leave home. There is a much simpler explanation. Occams Gator. Occams Gator? Monstrous gator man, centuries old. 10 feet tall if he's an inch, with scales as blue as the deepest ocean. He has 2 tails, as sharp as razors, and he's not afraid to shave you. His appetites are insatiable. He'll strike a knife and gobble up our fish, guns, tax returns, whatever. And now, I fear my Kathy. Keep listening. I don't know what we did to provoke his ire, but that beast has bullied and bothered our business since my grandfather was in toddler pants. I sometimes think the swamp itself has summoned him up to be our tormentor. You think Occam's Gator ate Kathy. You have to understand, for decades, Occam's Gator has been the sole author of this business's misfortune. Could he eat a child? Absolutely. That's his MO, or monstrous operandi. Okay, is there a finder's fee? 300 meat and my grandfather's fishing rod. But I'm running the show, alright? Not Chapman. I know he's got a missing boy too, but you can't just involve a reboner in an operation like this. They're far too emotional. If you're dealing with me, you keep him out of it. How about throwing in fishing rights? You got your eyes on our largest mouth, eh? Or large mouths, eh? I'll give you 10 minutes alone with the fish. How about that? No questions asked. What's so special about this fishing rod? What's special about it? It can catch things that your scientists would say are impossible to find in water. How about that? So it doesn't catch fish? Yes, but also impossible things. Okay. Deal. Good. Now, Peter, our guard by the front gate, was the last to see Occam's Gator in the sickening flesh. Peter chased him off our property to a revolting little hamlet, but dared not enter himself. I'll mark it on your map. I'm convinced that's where you'll find Occam's, and inside Occam's, Kathy. Now bring her home, you hear me? Okay. In reality, that's not where we need to go. Where we need to go is actually the treehouse. Notice a big brown rock half submerged in the swamp and the ancient mammoth coprolith. Okay. Head for the treehouse, climb up here, and we're gonna look in this telescope. In the distance, everything you see through the telescope is in the distance, a plume of black smoke rises above the treetops. The swamp has failed to elect a pope this night. Plume of smoke, eh? This one, I'm not gonna lie, took me a little bit to figure out. See, what are you doing? Get yourself in... wow, that's not enough money? Fine, take it, but go. Okay, I'm not a little lady, by the way. The cab door hangs limply from its hinges. Pull it open. The truck has been abandoned for some time. There's nobody inside unless they are very small and hiding. Are they? Small and hiding? No. Search the seats. Newspaper left on the passenger seat is opened to the classified pages. Circular advertisement for Mr. Rat's Hotel for Working Women and the Docks. Take the paper. You don't need it. It's yesterday's news. Search under the seats. The gas tank is located underneath the driver's seat, which has the advantage of lowering the truck's center of gravity. This gas tank is empty, which has the disadvantage of the truck not working. You notice a tiny glint of metal. A key. Maybe it opens the lock back home. Close the door. Well, we know where we need to go from here. The bus stop. Let's just sneak away from this. And look, it's the kids. Hold on, are you Tom and Kathy? Let's see, Tom Chapman and Kathy Tracy. Boy nods slightly. He can see you've put the work to remember their surnames, and though you may be at cross purposes, respect must be paid. Who wants to know? I'm working for your bass fishing father. Which one? Don't answer, doesn't matter. Take a last look. We're on the next bus out. I need to take you back to your parents. Hell to that. You need to take us back like a bass needs bones. We're not going back, pal. Not ever. Largemouth Bath and Sons is a trap. All we ever do there is repeat the same old toxic patterns that our fathers did. Our grandfathers did. Debone the fish, rebone the fish, debone the fish. What's the point? It's a mindless life and it's never going to change. No, pal, not for us. Better to die in poverty than live a largemouth bass deboner reboner. Unfortunately, I was hired to bring you home. Listen, friend, we're not going back. There's nothing and nobody that can make us. Uh-huh. We need to choose any option except for the Moxie one. Families are worried sick. Huh. Two tails. That must be Occam's Gator. No, Occam's Gator, you have no power here. Occam's Gator? That's a real guy? Occam's Gator is why, he's the bane of our lives, our family's lives. He has haunted us, tortured us before I was even born. What does he want? Back. Did you just say back? Miserable. Back. We will be miserable if we go back. The Gator sneers. To your surprise, the beast apparently has no intention of killing or eating the children, but he means to return them home to Largemouth Bass and Sons. Bass and Sons. But why? Why would it care? You want them to be miserable? Oh, yes. Miserable. Back. I don't know what Occam's Gator wants except our whole family to be miserable. I don't know why else he torments us. Let's see. You want to take them back? Be my guest. Come on now, you can't leave us to the mercy of this mutant. She was going to try and take us back anyway, remember? Go ahead and take them. I assume I get paid either way. You know, they call Occam's Gator a monster, but you're literally just as big a monster as he is. A slow smile creeps across Occam's Gator's face and keeps on growing until it's made a complete ring around his head. He whisks the children up in his claws and carrying them away under his armpits like two floppy baguettes. Stomps away into the depths of the swamp. All's well that ends well. Alright, well, unfortunately with that, we are out of time for this episode of Shadows Over Loathing, so we're going to have to be getting our reward next time. But anyways, if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for an upload, and please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.